This video is going to walk you through defining integrity graphs using Skyline. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Project Utilities and Event categories and define a new category for the incoming data. In this case, we've called it AC. Once we've added it, we can define the feature table. And to do that, we'll go to the feature table button and we'll define the columns. We need to have a minimum of a code, a point number, and then a value so that we can graph the value. You'll notice that it's skipping some numbers there. It's going from 4 straight to 9 because it's calculating like coordinate values and stationing values for this incoming data. If there are stationing values that you're importing, we're not going to define that column because it's going to be defined automatically. So in our next step, we're going to map the incoming data to the columns in the newly defined feature table. Notice the station columns, like I said, were automatically added to the feature table, so we don't have to add those. Here, the incoming data has a station column. The first one is the point number. The second one is a station, and here we're going to use that as the actual measured value. So we'll use that as station. The next one we're going to use is the incoming data. This is the AC reading. That's the value. And finally, we're going to add the code. At this point, we've told it where the data is going to land in the feature table. We can click the import files, and you'll see that the records are about to be imported. This does take a little while. So we've got 15,000 points imported. Now once the data has been imported, we're ready to define the look and location of the user-defined band. So we're going to go over to the user-defined band. We're going to create it using the map category. And once that's done, we're going to click Use Graph View and go to the Graph View definition. And this one, for this example, we're going to accept most of the defaults. The one thing we're going to do is we're going to tell it to calculate the actual data range and then lock the data. You've got tons and tons of choices. Once you've set what you want, hit update, close, and at this point, we're ready to add the new band to the border file. So we're going to select the location in the border file, and we'll go with the lower left corner first. In this case, we're going to go just above the line and just below the line to the upper right. And once we've defined that, we want to update that band location on the border, and we've now added UB_AC band to the border definition. Make sure that you do collect that graph view to use in that band. So once we've done that, we'll update that again. And now we can go and look at how the sheets are going to run. Make sure that you turn on the band. If you don't turn on user-defined, you won't have a user-defined tab and you won't be able to generate the graph view to that user-defined band. I'm just going to do a quick review, make sure that I've calculated and locked the data, and once that's updated, I can hit OK. And it's always a good thing to go in and do, and then select the sheet. In this case, we just have sheet 1 selected, and we're going to output that band. And remember, you can always go back, review this, pause it as you're stepping through your data, so that if you miss a step, you'll see what's happening. And in the background, you see the graph view there. The graph view there can be changed. You can change, it does in that options, it tells you what layer to draw on, but you can go in there and change the layer colors to whatever you prefer. And if those layers are already created, those objects are going to take on those colors. Thanks for watching. Remember to follow Blue Sky Evolution.